that beginning.
Hey guys, welcome to opening day of, well, I guess it's regular baseball, but for us, it's fantasy baseball. It's the first day of the stateside opening season. Obviously, we had the two games a couple weeks ago. I don't count them anymore. Today is opening day. Yankees already have 2 home runs and are winning 2-1. So I'm in a good mood. I'm Casey. We're here from MFSN Fantasy. And today we're going to talk about what we think, some bold predictions about this year and some less than bold predictions about this year for fantasy baseball. As always, when I say we, I am joined by one of the greatest fantasy sports analysts ever and even a better human being, Ross. I love being on this show with you. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Casey Blatt to the bone Shinefold. And yes, Yankees, Wells. No, don't call him David Wells. Home run, first at bat, 1-0 Yankees. Good way to start the season, Casey Shinefold, for your Yankees. I'm excited for you guys, and I'm excited. It's opening day. It's good. It's great. All the bunch of games. Only 2 teams not playing today, but I'm here to give you bold predictions on everything from stolen bases, home runs, RBIs, wins, Cy Young, MVP. You name it, I can do it.
Wow. Yeah, that's my favorite. This is one of my favorite shows we do at the start of every season, is kind of making these wild predictions about who we think are going to shock the world or who we think are going to disappoint. And then I love looking at the end of the year and seeing how close I was. I usually, as you like to point out, I get some of them wrong. Ellie De La Cruz last year, but nobody's perfect. So, all right, Ross, what do you want to predict? Do you want to talk about who's going to, what do you want to do?
You just name an award. Right.
Who's going to be give me your choice for AL Rookie of the Year.
AL Rookie of the Year. I'm going with I don't know if you saw the videotape. I cried. Don't tell anybody. I like this kid from Houston. He's 22 years old. Cam Smith.
Yeah.
This guy, pure power. I don't know. You should watch the video when he found out he made the roster. Crying, tears. His mom was there. His girlfriend was there. I mean, it was great. And they did it in the locker room with all the guys. This guy's a monster.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Well, he's the centerpiece of that Kyle Tucker trade. So yeah, it'd be pretty good.
I mean, if Smith can get playing time, I mean, this guy can hit 30 home runs. I mean, this guy's a monster.
Yeah, I think he will get close to it because those Crawford boxes there in left field are.
Yeah, I mean, it's playing time. I just hope he can get playing time and play every day. And if he does, he's a third baseman or DH him either way. But I mean, this guy, he's my new prediction. I don't know what I didn't even look at the odds, but I feel he's going to be my MVP in the American League.
I like it. Well, one of my bold predictions is in the AL Rookie of the Year, which is why I picked that one first. I'm going with Jack Leiter, the pitcher for the Texas Rangers. Remember, this guy was the #1 pick, super stud coming out of Vanderbilt, which produces pitchers like it's nobody's business, and baseball players in general. And, he's throwing 98. He's developed a sinker, which is pretty nasty.
It's Al Leiter's nephew or dad?
It's Al Leiter's nephew and then Mark Leiter's son, who was the pitching coach forever. I just think he's getting a shot in the rotation because of the injuries there in Texas. And I don't think he gives it up. I think whoever that number 4 or 5 starter gets Wally pipped. And this guy is going to stay up all year. As long as his command can hold up, I could see him producing the best of the rookie season, certainly for the pitchers. And I think of the hitters as well.
I like it.
All right. So let's stick with the AL. Who's your MVP?
The AL, I was thinking about this and I'm not going with the obvious Aaron Judge. I'm going to go with your namesake because it's a contract year. I think this guy's going to have a monster year in home runs, a monster. Like he'll lead he's another bold prediction. He'll lead the league, American League in home runs this year. It's flat to the bone. Guerrero. For some reason, every time I think of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I think of you. I don't know why.
I'll take that as a compliment.
But Vladimir Guerrero, I'm not going to say Jr. because his dad's been retired for many years. I think Guerrero is going to be the home run king in American League.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a Triple Crown contender also. I just think I think it's a contract year for him. If they don't lock him up early, I think he's going to, you're going to see an extra 0. It feels like every couple of weeks with how well he's hitting going on his contract.
Did you see Soto interviewed yesterday? He called himself the greatest baseball player playing in Major League Baseball right now. That's what he said.
Yeah, good for him. What
I'm just
but
watching this. I'm
I
like,
guess
what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
yeah, and he genuinely plays. I'm going to go with your guy for the AL MVP, and that's Julio Rodriguez. I know he had a rough season last
Yeah,
year, but I just think 40-40 is in the cards for him.
yeah.
I think he's heard all the criticism over the offseason of his slow starts and is he overrated? Certainly, fantasy managers have been saying and our fantasy analysts all year long. You've seen his ADP drop to the end of the first round, even the second round now in redraft leagues. I love that pitching staff up there. I think Victor Robles, this is another of one of bold predictions, is going to lead the majors in steals this year.
Wow.
And he's batting in front of Julio Rodriguez. And I think if all of a sudden Robles is getting on and taking the attention of the pitchers and catchers away from it, I just think you could see this guy just crush the ball. Cal Raleigh just got an extension, so he's got
I saw
protection in the
yesterday.
lineup.
You know what Cal Raleigh's nickname is? I'm not making this up. It's not that dirty. It's a little dirty, but not too bad.
What is it?
They call him the dumpster.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, but I think Seattle could win the AL West with that pitching staff. And I think if they're playing good baseball in Seattle this summer, Julio Rodriguez is going to be right in the middle of it. And so he's my somewhat bold prediction for AL MVP.
Oh, that's a bold one. That I've not heard his name be used that much. I mean, I love Bobby Witt Jr. also. I feel he's probably the favorite if I had to pick.
Yeah, he and Aaron Judge have to be the favorites.
Yeah, but Bobby Witt Jr. I mean, you were on him like when he was coming up. I mean, you were like,
yeah, I owned him even in redraft leagues. I drafted him in the minors. I was always a fan.
He's just a complete stud. Last year, he's going to have a better year this year than he did last year. Just so that's my prediction too.
Well, that would be amazing.
And Kansas City is going to be pretty good. I think Kansas City is going to make the playoffs. I don't know if they'll win the division, but they'll make the playoffs.
Nice. All right. AL. Let's stick in the AL. Cy Young.
Wow. Cy Young. I'll go with the chalk. I'll go with the guy from Detroit,
Tarik Skubal.
Skubal, who is pitching today actually against the Dodgers.
Yeah, almost everybody's pitching today. All the aces are pitching today. So
yeah, so Skubal is my pick. I hate going chalk, Casey, but this guy last year was just unhittable, and he's just going to get better. And Detroit, I feel, is a team that's it's going to be better this year. I think they're another team that can maybe make the playoffs. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go where you just picked as their playoff team. I'm saying Cole Reagans is going to win the AL Cy Young. I think he's the kind of the next Skubal type, right? Like he was really good last year and has the potential if he takes that next step to be dominant. If you remember 2 years ago, we were like, this Skubal kid didn't put it all together, but he's got lightning stuff. If he puts it together, it's the end of the story. And I think, Kansas City's a great place to pitch. The AL Central isn't exactly a juggernaut of offenses. I could see him putting together, especially if your prediction comes true and Kansas City makes the playoffs, 16 to 18 wins, right around a sub 3 or 3 ERA with over 200 strikeouts. And if he can do that, he's right in the heart.
I love Ronald Reagans. I just love how he pitches. He pitches 7-8 innings a game.
And he's an aggressive lefty who's not afraid to throw inside. Like there's just stuff about him.
They let him go. I mean, they don't pitch count him that bad. So some pitchers are, like tonight with Blake Snell, he'll pitch 5 innings. You know what I mean? That's it.
I know. Maybe you never know. The Dodgers, because they have so much, they might let him run out there a little bit. But all right, let's switch to the NL. Who's your rookie of the year out there?
That's, I was going back and forth on it, and there's a lot of good players that are coming up this year, but I'm going to take the Dodger pitcher Sasaki. I mean, he had a great debut, even though he walked a few people, but I just feel the Dodgers are so heavy with winning 110 games right now. I mean, I think they're over 4 games, but I mean, this team is just loaded, and this Sasaki guy's he's going to get a lot of wins. They're going to have a lot of, they're going to have a lot of games where he'll pitch and they'll score a lot of runs for the kid. And
I could see that happening.
So I'm taking the young Japanese player Sasaki as my rookie of the year.
Okay. I don't know if this is chalk or not, but I'm a big fan of watching the Washington Nationals play baseball. I love the way
Yeah,
they play. They're young, they're aggressive, they don't care. And I think Dylan Cruz is
mean
like
machine.
a
Yeah,
threat to steal 50 bags if he gets off to a good start and his bat is hot. And I just think if Washington can cause some disruption in that NL East, which is a juggernaut, by the way.
I think they will, Casey. I think they'll have over 80 wins for the year. I think they can beat 500 easily.
Yeah.
People are not respecting Washington at all. I feel they have a young, good team. I like the Nationals. I like what they did with the team.
And so I think
That prediction.
with Dylan Cruz, you can see how exciting he is. There's a reason why he was a top 5 pick and brought up to the majors out of college so quick. I mean, he's got a great batter's eye, incredible speed. So I like him a lot in that Washington lineup. All right. NL MVP.
NL MVP, you know, what am I going to say? I mean, seriously, what do you want me to say? I'm not going to go. I'm not going against Ohtani. He's the best player in baseball. He's the face of the game, and he's unbelievable. I mean, he steals. He's going to pitch this year. He's going to come back pitching in May. So, I can go with somebody else, but it's just a waste of time. I mean, I think my second pick. Let me just tell you, my backup pick is Francisco Lindor, just because Soto's in the lineup now. Yeah. And Lindor's going to feed off that, obviously. Lindor's going to see a lot of good pitches, and he's going to get a lot of RBIs because of him. So I like Lindor as my second pick also. So my safety pick is Lindor.
Okay. Well, I am going to go against Ohtani.
I'm listening to this. I can't wait to hear that.
I have 2 reasons. One, when you hear my bold predictions, I actually predict a little regression with him. But 2, I am starting to believe that there's going to be Dodgers fatigue from the MVP voters.
I hope you're right.
Because when your lineup is that stacked, your rotation is that stacked, how do you say this guy's the most valuable player in baseball when he doesn't have to play a game and they would still be one of the top 3 or 4 teams in favorites to win the World Series? So that is one of my reasons.
That's a good philosophy, but
the other reason is I don't think you're going to see the same offensive season from him this year, and I'll talk about that later. But I'm going with your guy again, Elly De La Cruz. I know I picked him as a bust last year.
Great. But, thank you.
And here's the reason I'm going to Terry Francona. I think this guy turns teams into winners when he gets there. And I mean, let's be honest, they have some exciting offensive pieces with him and with McClain and other guys. They have an exciting young rotation led by that Hunter Green, who could be the NL Cy Young if he delivers the way he pitched the second half of last year.
Yeah, Brady Singer coming in.
And I think I am picking them to win the NL Central as over the Cubs, over the Brewers. I think they're going to win the NL Central. And if they do that, it's because Elly De La Cruz hit 30 bombs, stole 50 bases, got on base at over a 310 clip, scored 100 runs. I mean,
he is the most exciting player in baseball.
To me, he's not in that top 2 or 3.
But he steals home.
Of the people in the majors you would pay to see play baseball, he's got to be on everybody's list of top 3 or 4.
I mean, Ohtani, Judge, De La Cruz. And then,
maybe Bobby Witt because he's done it. Maybe Paul Skeens because of the magnetism that's around
6 days or 5 days.
But I'm thinking I have him as my NL MVP. So
love it.
I think the Reds, like you,
that will make up for last year when you called him a bust. So now you're made up for it. So now I'm not going to give you.
Well, I hope I'm right this time instead of wrong like I was last year. All right.
His batting average is a lot better than the 2 years ago.
Yeah, if he can, I wish he would no longer be a switch hitter.
And Casey, he's a free agent, I think, next year, and his agent Scott Boras. I mean, how much money is this guy going to?
That means okay. So here's the risk then: if the Reds are out of it, do they trade him because they know they can't re-sign him?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Guess where he ends up?
Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
Yeah,
because you know what? They have Mookie Betts playing shortstop. Not that Mookie Betts isn't awesome, but he can play anywhere else. And imagine him at the top of that lineup. Okay, NL Cy Young.
I was thinking about that the past couple of days. Like, who would I take to win the Cy Young this year? And I'm going to stick with the Dodgers just because I hate the Dodgers. So I'm not saying it because I'm a fan. I'm just saying because they're going to win so many games. Somebody from the pitching staff is going to get these wins. They're going to win 20 games.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Yamamoto.
You think he puts it together?
And he's like 25-1. I looked at the odds a couple of days ago. He's like 25-1 to win the Cy Young. So I'm not picking Paul Skeens. I know he's the favorite. I get it.
Yeah, he and Zach Wheeler are probably the two favorites.
He is exactly 1-2. And Paul pitches today, and he's a great pitcher. But he plays again for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he's going to lose games 2-1, 3-1. I mean, he'll lose games. I'm taking Yamamoto. I like the odds. No one's talking about him, so there you go. That's my Cy Young pick.
Okay, I'm going to go into the desert. I'm going to
love it.
I'm going to Arizona. I think
Zach Allen.
Corbin Burnes. I think Corbin Burnes is a horse.
Yes.
And the Diamondbacks are a sneaky team in the West. They were the number one scoring offense last year. Now they lost Christian Walker. They replaced him with Josh Naylor, which is not an upgrade. Obviously, we know that. But they would lead the league when Corbin Carroll had a bad year.
Horrible year. I mean, Corbin Carroll.
Know how good he is.
One of the flops in fantasy baseball last year.
If they bring up Jordan Lawler and he's anywhere near as good as he's supposed to be, you got Zach Gallen, you got Eduardo. You
got Fat. You got the guy Fat.
Yeah, Brandon Pfaadt. You got, it's a fun team. It's an exciting team.
You got Kelly too, who I love.
Merrill Kelly. Yep. And then you got
the pitching staff is solid. The relief staff is pretty good. They improved a little bit.
Yeah. I think if they shock the world and at least they don't even have to win the division. If they give the Dodgers a race, and it's going to be because that pitching staff has been elite. And I think Corbin Burnes is 21 wins, 200 strikeouts.
He's going to win 88 games, 90 games. I mean,
so that's those my three surprise teams to make the playoffs this year. Cincinnati Reds, I said.
Yep.
Oakland Athletics, baby, or the Sacramento Athletics, or whomever it is.
The Athletics, I love that pick. The players voted last week of like who are the best teams, who's making the playoffs. The players voted. Yeah. And a lot of the votes went to the Athletics. They really think Butler and
Rooker might be the best young duo in the American League right now.
I mean, my second pick to lead the league in the American League home runs is Rooker. I think Rooker.
Well, you have to remember, they're not playing in Oakland. They're not playing in the Coliseum. They're now in a hitter's park.
They're in a minor league park that was. Teams would go there and score 12 runs almost every other night.
Yeah, I wouldn't want any Oakland pitchers. Like Luis Severino is looking at Las Vegas already. He's not thinking about pitching. He's the opening day starter, but man, is he worried. But I think those two teams are going to be surprise playoff teams, and I think the Arizona Diamondbacks could actually win the West.
I would love to see them or the Padres win the West to be the best.
The Padres, my worry is AJ Preller, and he's going to sell Dylan Cease and Michael King no matter what.
I'm worried about your Yankees. People are talking about the Red Sox, but what have the Red Sox done in the past 10 years?
Well, here's what I think. I do think the Yankees should win the division the way everybody's roster is right now. But I bet either Dylan Cease or Sandy Alcantara is pitching for Baltimore before the All-Star break. And if they get a true ace at the top of that rotation, Grayson Rodriguez comes back healthy, they are as big of a threat as anybody.
No, they have some great young players. You talked about all of them in the past 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
You're on top of that team. I like Mayo, too, if he gets any playing time. I think that kid's a stud.
I think Jackson Holiday could be a top 10 second baseman this year. And nobody's talking about him. Jordan Westberg could be a top 10 shortstop. Nobody's talking about him. So,
the only thing is Gunner's not. He's out for the first week or few weeks.
For a while, yeah. But again, if they can tread water until he gets back, how deep is that lineup? Because that's not even including Adley Rutschman, who could be the number one catcher by the end of the year.
All right. Home run today, Adley Rutschman.
All right. So we went through our predictions for the award winners.
That was good.
Tell me bold predictions in general for players that you think will overperform or underperform.
Sure. Well, I don't want to jinx players. I don't hate talking bad about players, but I'll do it anyway. So leading my bold prediction to lead the National League with home runs is Kyle Schwarber. I know.
Hey, he's batting cleanup today.
I know Ratner's like all over him because the first month of the year, the first month of April, he does horribly, and you can pick him up cheap in May. I know all the tricks, but I think Schwarber's going to lead the National League in home runs over Ohtani. It'd be tough, but we'll see what happens. So
okay.
So that's one bold prediction. The other bold prediction I feel is De La Cruz is going to lead the league in stolen. I'm just kidding. That's
bold of you.
That's what I just wanted to see.
The Dodgers are going to lead the league in wins. That's my
bold prediction. What I see your face when I said De La Cruz is going to lead the league in stolen bases, but the trick didn't work. Jackson Merrill in San Diego, I think, is going to have the most hits in baseball this year. I think he's going to have this kid. Last year he was a rookie, correct? And this year, this kid's a stud. I mean, he could be. Some people are saying he's one of the best young players in baseball, and I agree. I think he's going to lead the National League in hits. How about that, Casey?
There you go. All right. Well, I already mentioned Victor Robles leading the league in steals. I think that's.
Yeah.
I am going. I'll give you my Ohtani take. I think Ohtani is not even going to be 30-30 this year. I'm thinking he won't steal more than 22 bags. And he might hit 30 home runs. And my thinking is last year, he ran more than he ever had because he was chasing that 50-50, right? But he also was able to focus solely on his offense. That's all he had to care about because he wasn't pitching. I think the fact that he's going to be starting every sixth day or whatever it is, means less time batting this year because you're talking about 30 less games played as a batter.
No, can he still hit if he's pitching?
He might be able to, but I think maybe not 30 less games, but 30 games where he's just as focused on what he has to do on the mound as he does in the batter's box. Don't get me wrong. He's still going to be a top 10 fantasy player, but I'm guessing 31 home runs, 20 stolen bases. Okay. When you're coming off of 59 and 54 or whatever his year was last year, that's serious regression. So I am predicting that he is going to struggle for him. It would still be a career year for 98% of the major leagues, but for him, it's a struggle. And another one, I'm going with Jazz Chisholm stays healthy and goes 40-40.
Yeah, just so when you make these predictions, just so the audience knows, we're saying that these guys stay healthy, not
right. But at least Victor Robles and Shohei Ohtani don't have an injury history with regards to their.
No. But I'm just saying anything can happen. People can pull a hamstring running for a ball and out.
Right. But if Jazz Chisholm plays at least 140 games, he's going to go 40-40.
Another guy that one of my favorite players to watch, and he's an amazing player, even though he was quoted yesterday saying that baseball is a white man's sport, which I hate when they bring race into everything. But,
I don't like when they do that either.
Yeah,
but
he
fortunately,
I'm just quoting him. That's all. And
those guys are so confident that they don't even won't even enter his mind again.
Talk about. I mean, does he know that all these Dominicans and all these Cubans are playing baseball? I mean, it's just not a bunch of white boys playing. It's a diverse group of people. I mean, it makes it sound like it's like a white privilege type situation, which it's not.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, he can say anything he wants. I don't care.
But and then my other prediction is I think the Tampa Bay hitters are going to outproduce every single projection they have this year.
Okay,
because they're playing at Steinbrenner Field and not the Trop, which is a hitter's park. And I think Josh Lowe goes 30-30.
Now, one people I tell what to bet and what not to bet. Tampa Bay's like win and loss thing. Like wins is like 78 or 79.
The over-under on wins is 7.
Yeah, I said under. I mean, you got to look at their schedule when you have a chance.
I'm just saying their hitters are going to out-hit their projection.
They're on the road for like 3. They're out. The first 20 games are at home. Then they're gone for like 3 months. I mean, they're on the road for like. I mean, that's going to wear and tear that team up. I mean,
yeah, but in some ways they might. I mean, it's going to wear on them. But I also wouldn't want to play outdoors in Tampa Bay in June.
No, it's horrible. I mean,
so if they're up in New York or Boston,
they should really move that franchise. I mean, they should even.
Here's what I wanted them to do.
I came with Vegas, but Portland or Nashville are the two teams.
Here's what I wanted them to do with at least for this season. Why not bring back the Expos and let them play in Montreal, since that's where they belong anyway?
Right. The problem is,
let them play at the old Olympic Stadium.
No, they blew it up.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Darn it. Never mind. I take it back.
I've seen a game there. I went to a few games in Montreal when I went to the Montreal Comedy.
I want them to bring back Los Expos, but
I saw your namesake Vlad to the Bone play there as his first couple years in the Major League Baseball. I saw him play there.
Yep. I remember him playing there.
And he was like a phenom. I mean, dude, he was like Willie Mays playing. He was He was unbelievable.
He had the worst plate discipline ever, but hit everything.
Yeah, it was like when he was an Angel, he did that. It was like
didn't he hit one that bounced?
It was like a golf swing, and yeah, he hit it out of the stadium when it hit. I think it hit the plate.
I think the Tampa Bay Rays are going to enjoy hitting in Steinbrenner Park.
Yeah,
and they're gonna. And Josh Lowe, who was great 2 years ago, terrible last year, is absolutely a sleeper value. You can get at the very end of the drafts, could end up going 30-30 and being a fantasy MVP for some teams.
And I think my other bold prediction is I think the White Sox over-under on games won for this year is 54.5. I say they win over 60. How about that?
Wow, that is bold. That is bold.
I don't think a team can be bad for like that bad. I mean, they were horrible last year.
Yeah.
I don't think they can be as bad as they are.
I don't know what my fear is. I don't know what they did to improve.
I don't know. I mean, you can go to the Dominican and go to Cuba and find players that can fit in a uniform and have them play. I mean, you can find it's not that hard to find baseball players that want to play Major League Baseball.
Okay. All right. Anything else? I mean, it's opening day. I'm excited to go and watch.
Day.
I have to go to soccer, but I'll have baseball on my phone.
The Yankees are up 2-1. Your boy Wells hit a home run.
And Volpe
hit a home run. Who's Vinny Capra? Never heard of that guy.
I have not either. But...
Vinny, it sounds like a guy that works the streets, is like a bookie or something.
The Orioles are already smacking the Blue Jays 5-0.
Yeah, there goes Vlad to the Bones. Yeah, so
Adley Rutschman's 2 for 2 with a home run. Tyler O'Neill, 6th opening day in a row, home run. Hit a 3-run bomb. It's the 6th opening day in a row he's hit a home run.
And I told you, I loved Tyler O'Neill during our draft.
You did. I actually have him on a couple teams.
Do you?
Not our team, but not the team in your league. I'm playing you this week.
Am I? Oh. Some of the guys on the really quick. I know people are doing their doing their rosters or anything, but Ronald Acuna is on the DL to start the season.
Yeah. Did you see his brother though? Luis Angel Acuna made the Mets. That is, and we'll do this in the waiver wire on Tuesday, but that's a really interesting stash. I love this kid, has super high upside, and Brett Beatty is the only one kind of competing with him at that third base or middle or second base because McNeil is hurt. This guy could be electric, especially he's hitting at the bottom of the lineup. There's no pressure on him. If you're in a cheaper league or a deeper league.
Yeah, I mean, there's some guys starting on the season on the DL. So make sure you check your rosters. Make sure you look what's going on.
Hey, here's a bold prediction. Royce Lewis will start the year on the disabled list.
Again, I mean,
a bold prediction would say Royce Lewis plays more than 65 games this year. That would be a bold prediction.
I don't even know when he's coming. He's not even doing any baseball activities.
No, they're saying he's still 6 weeks out.
6 weeks.
It's crazy. And he'll get hurt during the rehab. So
yeah, I put him. I'm stashing him. I still believe him. Okay, Casey. Yeah, that's it. We'll be back. When are we coming back? Tuesday?
We'll be back on Tuesday with our first waiver wire show.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, man. Well, Ross, always a pleasure. Everybody out there, enjoy opening day. It's awesome that it's baseball season again. As always, click like, try to signal for notifications. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. We love talking to you guys, and we will start seeing you 2 days a week starting next week.
Yep, waiver wire.